Some of you might go, ugh, no, not, not in my lasagna, but hi, I'm Renee. Welcome to my Kudos Kitchen. I hope you're hungry because today we're going to be making Crockpot Lasagna, or as I like to call it, slow cooker lasagna. It's been on my website, Kudos Kitchen by Renee, for many, many years, and it's time I do an update to the recipe and make a video, which has never been done before. So hopefully the thought of Crockpot lasagna or slow cooker lasagna doesn't turn you off too much, because actually it tastes just as the same as a long cooking layered lasagna, except for this is not going to be that, but it is going to taste delicious. So behind the camera is my husband Mark today.
Hey everybody, and I can verify it tastes great.
Okay, excellent. I'm so glad to hear that, Mark. I appreciate the input. So this is a 7-quart slow cooker. I never thought to preheat a slow cooker before, but yeah, you can actually do that, and it's not a bad idea. It's on warm right now, so I've had it on warm for a little bit, and then before you got here, I went ahead and browned up 2 pounds and crumbled 2 pounds of Italian sausage, and I got it really nice and deeply browned because the more brown you can get the meat, the more flavorful it will be. So this is really nice and brown. Again, 2 pounds. Now in the original recipe, I used frozen prepared meatballs, which is great, and I like that very much. But today, like I said, I wanted to update the recipe a little bit, and I thought I would go ahead and use Italian sausage instead. So this is going to be cheese and sausage slow cooker lasagna. Okay, so even though this is going into the slow cooker, you do layer the ingredients like a traditional lasagna. So that's perfectly great. And then you'll see what happens next. Now the ingredients, I'm using some, and I've never used this sauce before, Rails. I've heard excellent things about it. I'm going to go ahead and use this jarred sauce just to make it easier for any day of the week. But of course you can use homemade sauce if that's what you prefer and that you're lucky enough to have some at home. And ricotta cheese, always ricotta cheese, which is delicious. I had a small problem though getting a larger ricotta cheese. So what I'm going to do, and some of you might go, ugh, no, not in my lasagna, but for the purpose of this recipe today, because I don't have very much ricotta, I'm going to use cottage cheese. Shh, don't tell. It can be our little secret. You don't have to use it. You can add additional ricotta if that's what you like. That is no problem. I'm going to go ahead and season those things up with basil and oregano. I have plenty of mozzarella cheese. Like, if this isn't enough for you, I don't know what would be. Of course, I'm not using all of this. This is 2 pounds. We're not going to use 2 pounds, but you could if you wanted. And then plenty of Parmesan cheese. So the first thing we do is we're going to start the layers. Oh yes, lasagna noodles. And these are not the no-boil lasagna noodles. These are the regular dried lasagna noodles, because that's the way I've always made this slow cooker lasagna, and that's what we're using today. And it's kind of fun to crunch them. So first off, hang on. First off, what I want to do is I want to spray the inside of the cooker with some extra virgin olive oil. Now you could also use those slow cooker bags, which I have done before, and those work great, but I didn't want to use those in this case for lasagna. I don't know why, it just didn't feel right to me. So I'm going to go ahead and spray the inside of the cooker with the olive oil just to prevent a little bit of sticking. It will be cooking for about 6 hours on low, so there shouldn't be a lot of sticking, but I just don't want to take the chance because these are a bugger to clean. Ask my husband, he does the dishes.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, so anyways, a good healthy amount. And I love these spray bottles now. I started using them like a few months ago, and they're great. So I have one for extra virgin olive oil and one for avocado oil, which I use all the time. So once that's done, I'm going to put a little bit of the prepared, can you get a good look in there, of the prepared sauce into the bottom of the cooker. Not much. That's probably like half a cup. And then I'm just going to spread it out. Yeah, it's just to prevent any, additional stickage to the bottom of the pan. And then I'm going to take the noodles we all know and love. So I have a whole, what is this, a 1 pound box? Yes, 1 pound box of dried lasagna sheets. Now, this recipe is pretty much just you go by your heart how much you want to add. There won't be exact proportions today that I share with you, but the link I leave to my website will have exact proportions if you really want to follow a specific recipe. But other than that, it's just kind of wing it. So crunch up the lasagna noodles. Whoa. It's not the easiest thing in the world to do because they're crispy little
Boogers.
monsters. Yeah. So what you want is a nice, somewhat even, and yeah, they do, the shards go
You put out
flying.
an eye, kid.
I know. So, yeah, a pretty decent even layer on the bottom of the pan. I'm going to go ahead and do a couple more. Okay, that looks pretty good. Yeah, you get into a rhythm of breaking. It's a good thing to do on a day when you have, to take out some frustration. So there are the noodles in the pot. And now I'm going to go ahead and spread about half of the prepared Italian sausage into the pot and evenly cover. You getting a good look at that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Evenly distribute that meat over the noodles. And I did salt and pepper the Italian sausage. Whoa, I almost flipped it out at you. And then I put basil and oregano and garlic powder in there too while I was browning up the sausage. Now the noodles, of course, don't have any seasoning. Normally you'd season the water and boil them, and that's how the noodles would get seasoned. We didn't do it that way, of course, because we're using the dry pasta. So I'm going to sprinkle just a little bit of salt and pepper into the pan, into the cooker now. Okay, we don't need much because, like I said, the Italian sausage has already been seasoned, and we're going to do this after every layer of the dry noodles just to make sure the pasta sheets get seasoned well enough, and a little pinch of pepper too. Alrighty. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to mix the ricotta and the cottage cheese in a bowl and season it up with a little basil and oregano. All right, so this is 15 ounces of ricotta. Again, feel free to use a larger one and skip the cottage cheese altogether. I have no problem with you doing that. And then look away if you don't like cottage cheese.
Don't a lot of people use cottage cheese in lasagna?
Well, probably not the diehard Italians. Okay. I'm thinking, which we are not Italian at all, but I think a lot of people do, but I just don't want to offend anybody out there if you're so, sensitive about your Italian cheeses. So give it a good stir. I'm combining it well, and it will add moisture. You need this to help the noodles. A little bit of basil and oregano. I'm not going to go too heavy-handed. So what I like to do also with dried herbs is crunch them in my hands, and that way it helps release the flavor. What was that one? That was the oregano. And Mark, what's this?
Is it basil?
Yes, it is basil. Yummy. Okay, and the same thing, I will give it a good crunch. Okay, and also to that, I'm going to add garlic powder. So here we go. We'll go with like a teaspoon. All right, again, give it a good stir. And this looks like plenty for this amount of that we're going to wind up using in this recipe. And this is, I think I said this is a 7-quart slow cooker.
That's what you said.
Okay, good. Making sure I gave you the right info. Okay, so this is combined. And now you know what I think I'm going to do first. I'm going to go ahead and spread on some additional sauce just to cover the noodles and sausage. You want to leave pretty much in the jar too, because we are going to layer again. There we go. And now to that, I will go ahead and dollop the cheese mixture. Now, you don't need to mix it or anything. As it cooks, it will kind of disperse throughout the lasagna. Okay, I'm going to use half of it now. What do you think, Mark? Does that look yummy?
Yeah, it's going to be.
But does it look yummy now?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, sure. All right. So, and then here's another really yummy part. I'm going to go ahead and load it with some Parmesan and a layer of mozzarella. As I said, there's really no measuring, but I'll leave you the link if you're a measuring type of person. Nothing wrong with that. And then the mozzarella cheese. All right, a nice healthy layer of mozzarella cheese. Oh yeah. What do you think? Some more?
Yeah.
Sure. Why not? You can never have too much cheese when it comes to Italian or any type of cuisine, as a matter of fact, so long as you're not lactose intolerant. So there we have it. And now what I'm going to add again is another layer of the dried noodles and the ricotta mixture. And you know the drill. Ooh, whoa.
I got
Whoa.
the easy job.
Yeah, because these actually, if you're not careful, they can cut you. You don't want to be cut by your noodles. Now, could you use no boil pasta noodles for this? That's a good question. I don't know. You could try it, but for the sake of this right now, because it's going to be cooking for some time, I will tell you I wouldn't suggest it. We won't be going through that whole box, the whole pound.
Would it make a difference if you only grabbed like 1 or 2 at a time instead
Of
of 3 or
course.
4?
Of course it would. Who's got time for that? We're moving quick so we can slow cook. Oh, I think I'm funny sometimes. Maybe I'm the only one that does. So, whoa.
Shrapnel.
It's dangerous work. You might want to wear goggles or something. All right, I'm going to add one more because why not? It's fun. Okay, there's that. And I'm going to go ahead and add another layer of, oh yeah, I'll add the cheese now. No, I have to add the sausage. I knew there was something else I was forgetting. Hey, the nice last layer of sausage. Flavorful Italian sausage. This was, I think, like sweet Italian sausage. You can use hot Italian sausage. You can use whatever you like. Again, meatballs, fine. Ground beef, great.
Yeah, I'm more of a sausage guy with the Italian.
Yeah, that's kind of why I did that today. All for you, Mark. There we go. There's our other layer. And then again, a light pinch of salt, a light pinch of pepper, and the additional dollops of the ricotta cheese mixture. Starting to look good. See all those layers, Mark?
Yep.
Yummy.
Can't wait to try it.
Well,
6 hours though.
yeah, you got a little wait ahead of you. That's okay. We'll get there. Get it all out of the bowl. Don't waste a drop. And now for the final touch, almost final touch, is we're going to add the rest of the tomato sauce. I hope this is as good as they say. I believe it will be. Okay, and I have a little secret trick for you. Now with what's left in the jar, I'm going to go ahead and add maybe like between 1/4 and 1/2 cup of water. Give this a good shake, and then that way we'll get out the remaining bits of sauce from the jar. Plus it'll give additional moisture to cook the noodles. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, I added about 1/2 cup of water. Give it a shake. Make sure that lid is on tight, and then go ahead and add this. I'm going to go ahead and add this around the edges of the cooker. There we go. That works perfectly. And now we finish with more cheese. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and add the mozzarella next. It's always good. I like adding the cheese as the final layer because then it just looks pretty when you open it and are ready to serve. So,
is that brown?
Well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm not 100% sure. I don't actually remember. I don't think it will, but in the last few minutes of cooking, I will take the lid off and that will help it brown a little bit, I do believe. But we'll find out together, okay?
Alrighty.
So this looks like plenty of cheese. What do you think, Mark? You want more cheese?
Looks like a lot, but
why not? We're going.
Yep.
We're making lasagna here. All right. And then what else I'm going to do is a little pinch still of basil and oregano just for that little bit of pretty garnish on top. That was the basil and this is the oregano. Not that it matters. Okay. You can also use thyme. Would be lovely. Okay. And then to finish her off, we're going to go ahead and sprinkle on the remaining grated Parmesan cheese, which looks to be about 1/2 cup maybe ish. So, whoa, this will be yummy. There we go, guys. Now we're going to go ahead and what I'm going to do, even though I told you I preheated it to warm, I'm going to go ahead and up the temperature to low. You could cook it on high and have it done quicker. You know, I guess it depends on, because the sausage is already cooked. I mean, everything except for the noodles is ready to go. Now we just have to make sure that the noodles get soft and tender. But so I am going to cook it on low. Checking the time here, and we'll cook it for like 5.5, 6 hours and check it at that point and then take the lid off if needed to brown the cheese, hopefully. And yeah, so that's what's going to happen next. Here's my lid. There we go. It is on low. And the time now, I don't know what time it is at your house, but from 5.5 to 6 hours from our house, it'll be about dinner time. Yeah, we'll check back in a little bit and we will do the taste test for you. You won't have to wait 6 hours. Don't worry. We'll edit this and bring it right to you. See you in a bit. So we are ready to eat. And here is our cheese and sausage. slow cooker lasagna, and it looks good and it smells good, and you even get some of those nice crispy pasta bits around the edge, which is nice. So in answer to your question, Mark, will this brown the cheese on top?
I guess it did.
Yeah, it did, and it did nicely. I took the lid off for about the last 30 minutes of cooking, and that seemed to do the trick, although it was browning nicely around the edges anyways. So just to let you know, I really only had this in the cooker for about, I think it was 4 hours from start to finish. Plan accordingly, and that was on low. Again, if you put it on high, you probably get away with 2 hours. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scoop some out, and then we're going to, see how it looks on the inside, and then we're going to switch things around, and Mark's going to come over here, and I'm going to go over there, and he's going to do a taste test, because I would just tell you it was delicious, and he would probably be honest.
Well.
Okay, you ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go. Let's see if it sticks. Hopefully it's not going to stick too badly. So
See
I'm going.
Steam coming out.
Yes, nice and hot. I went all the way down to the bottom. Hopefully it's going to
I hope you don't want me to taste that much.
No, but you will later. Wow, that looks good.
Yeah, it looks delicious.
How does it look in the camera? Yeah?
Yeah, it looks good.
All right. So there we go.
Yeah, it looks fantastic.
Pretty much just like your standard oven lasagna. Mm-hmm. Only this is a lot easier because done in a slow cooker. Let the cooker do the work. I guess that's me, right? The cooker. All right. So we're going to switch around, and Mark is going to try a little sample. Okay, Mark.
Well, it looks and smells great. Final is the taste.
Should be pretty hot.
Mm-hmm.
So
that is good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Tastes like traditional lasagna.
Mm-hmm.
Would you say there's anything different about it? Well,
cottage cheese, I think.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that, but didn't quite know how to word it.
Tastes
but
great.
Did it? All right, so there you go. Don't eat too much. You're going to spoil your dinner.
Thumbs up.
In just a little while. So yay!
One more forkful.
Yeah, glad you like this recipe. Hope you guys like this recipe too at home. Hang on one second. We're going to switch again. Okay, so now I'm going to go take the final beauty shots for the blog, and that's where the recipe will live. And I'll make sure to link it in the description box wherever you're watching this from. So in the description box. And if you like this video, please give us a thumbs up because we enjoy cooking for you and eating for you and making recipes for you. And don't forget to maybe share and comment. Let me know what you thought of this recipe, if you tried it, or even if you don't, will you try it? I hope you do. Hope you think it's good. And yeah, I guess that's it. That's all the things. So again, please give us a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe if you like. Have a great day, okay?
I think it's have a delicious day.
Have a delicious day, and we will see you next time.
Ciao.
Bye.